You're watching Las Vegas 1. News and information 24/7.
This week on In Business Las Vegas, MGM Mirage sells a treasured asset. Will more sales follow?
Plus, local leaders meet to tackle construction safety.
And the state board charged with regulating doctors prescribes a new approach to do its job. In Business Las Vegas. Next.
Now from Las Vegas 1, an inside look at Nevada's movers and shakers. This is In Business Las Vegas.
Welcome to this edition of In Business Las Vegas, your source for the top business news of the week.
From the resources of the Las Vegas Sun, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, and In Business Las Vegas. Right now, let's take a look at our top story. The Treasure Island is getting a new owner. Former Frontier owner Phil Ruffin is buying the resort from MGM Mirage for $775 million. Channel 8's Edward Lawrence with more today on the sale.
The deal to buy Treasure Island took about 3 weeks to finalize. It was billionaire and former New Frontier owner Phil Ruffin who approached MGM Mirage about buying the mega casino at Las Vegas Boulevard and Spring Mountain. He went to the top, talking to MGM majority stockholder Kirk Kerkorian, as well as the new chairman and CEO Jim Murren.
I just kept at him and finally said, this is the property that I would like to have. Love the location. And so I finally talked him into taking the deal.
$775 million will do a lot of talking. Ruffin will write a check for $500 million, then issue his own bonds he sold to himself for $275 million. Analysts say that puts him in a solid position, owning this kind of property in a down economic time.
The economy is going to be soft, but we'll virtually have little or no debt. So we'll be fine.
For MGM Mirage, the infusion of cash helps their bottom line, further solidifying the largest private employer in Las Vegas.
And what we do with that money is reinvest. We're reinvested into City Center, we're reinvested into our other resorts, and we're strengthening our balance sheet.
This is the first major deal Murren completed since becoming chairman and CEO last month. Change always makes people nervous. Ruffin, however, has a message to his new employees at Treasure Island, all 3,100 of them.
We're going to keep the same management. We got a great manager there, Tom Miklich, and so it's going to stay right the way it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mystere will stay, so will the Pirate Show. Edward Lawrence, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
And joining me now is David Atwell. He's the president and founder of Resort Properties of America. He also brokered Phil Ruffin's sale of the Frontier to Elad IDB for $1.2 billion in 2007. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
What a difference a year makes.
Wow, sure does.
What would that land, if you had to guess, that land that you sold for $1.2 billion, what would that be worth today?
Well, I've had a lot of people ask me that, and people that I consider smarter than myself, by the way. And it's hard to say, you know, what do you pay for the best? It's the best. It was the best location for very possibly, you know, someday might be the best project in town. So it's hard to say. It's not worth what it was, obviously. Everything has come down,
right.
Period. Yeah.
That deal was based on the value pretty much of the land. This is a much different deal. There's a casino involved. Could this deal happen, this Phil Ruffin deal happen in any other way other than a self-finance transaction?
Probably not today. Mr. Ruffin just happened to have $1 billion in his pocket. That helps. You know, he didn't have to go begging Wall Street for the money. You know, just one of those, the timing is everything, and Mr. Ruffin has incredible timing. I got to give it to him.
Do you think MGM Mirage is going to sell maybe the Mirage? I mean, those two properties, the Treasure Island and Mirage, have sort of a symbiotic relationship. They share an entrance. And is that the next natural property if they're looking to sell?
Gee, you know, I don't know. I would be very surprised if they sold a trophy. That's a trophy. Treasure Island was a beautiful property and makes a lot of money, by the way, but kind of a B on their scale. Circus being like a C. That would have been a B. A would be Bellagio, A minus Mirage. I would doubt if they're going to sell any of the trophies unless, you know, the right price were to come and they were to entertain it. The Treasure Island wasn't for sale either. So.
Did Phil Ruffin get a good deal on the Treasure Island?
I think he got a heck of a deal, yeah. That's why I say that he's just got impeccable timing. He reminds me a little bit of Steve Wynn. Steve Wynn's timing has been so incredible over the years, if you think about it. Mm-hmm. When he bought the Dunes turned it into a mega billion-dollar piece of property.
Right, and now he's getting ready next week to open Encore at a time when nobody would want to be opening a hotel. What do you think of that?
I think that's Steve Wynn. I think he does things that other people don't do. He's just a brilliant blessed. I have a joke about Steve Wynn and his magic wand. He carries a magic wand. I don't know what else to say. It just seems like everything he does turns to gold.
Okay.
And he's a heck of a man. I know that you know him as well.
But what do you see happening in 2009 on the Strip? Any more properties changing hands?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's the time. Mr. Ruffin, that was kind of an unusual situation because he was already licensed. He was known commodity. There's a lot of people that, you know, I get calls every week from some new foreign source that wants to buy a casino on the Strip. And I used to have an assistant that he got so tired of fielding the calls, he used to say, well, what color would you like, sir? In other words,
and you're still getting those calls now?
Yeah, sure. There's interest. There's a lot of interest in Vegas still, sure.
People who have deep pockets and...
Yes, just like the Elad Group. I mean, that was just a lucky, one-of-a-kind kind of a situation.
All right, David Atwell, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Jeff?
All right, Dana, thanks much. A Valley condo project is on hold. The Review-Journal reports Gemstone Development is halting construction on its $350 million Manhattan West development. The condo is located at the Las Vegas Beltway and Russell Road on the Valley's east side. Gemstone says an alleged breach of contract with its former contractor raised the project's price tag, prompting lenders to pull its financing. Gemstone did not give a timetable for when construction would resume. Mall owner General Growth Properties missed a deadline this week to repay $900 million in debt. General Growth is the second largest mall owner in the country. It owns a handful of malls in Las Vegas, including the Fashion Show and the Shops at Palazzo. This week, General Growth tried to get all of its lenders to agree to extending the maturity of the $900 million in loans, which were due December 12th. General Growth is staggering under the debt from its $11 billion purchase of the Rouse Company back in 2004, financed almost entirely with debt. Las Vegas's largest party of the year may be a little smaller than last year. The Associated Press projects 250,000 people will celebrate New Year's Eve in Las Vegas. That's down from 284,000 in 2007. Last year's celebration generated $197 million in non-gaming revenue. The Nevada Commission on Tourism is launching an international campaign to bring visitors to the Silver State. Commission representatives this week traveled to Canada, Mexico, Los Angeles, Sacramento, and San Francisco, armed with brochures like this one that tout Nevada's destinations. The brochures highlight several Valley resorts, including some that haven't opened yet, such as Encore, the Fontainebleau, and M. Some of the campaign's targets include travel agencies, journalists, and airline representatives. Dana.
Thanks, Jeff. And when in business returns, interest rates fall to an historic low. Plus, the Senate's top Democrat wants to provide more incentives for developing renewable energy. Don't go away.